Hey everybody, I'm here with some legally addictive bean juice, and it's time to talk about some of my favorite design features in my typewriters. I love typewriters. I think that's pretty obvious by now to most of you, but one of the things that I find fascinating about typewriters is the amount of variation across machines in specific design elements and functionality. Some of my favorite machines are my favorite machines because they have cool things about them in their design that makes it easier to use the typewriter or to gain access to the typewriter. Just the different design purposes of individual typewriters make me really excited, and it's why I have so many of them. So I thought today we'd sit down with a few of my typewriters and talk about my favorite integrated design elements and how they add to the functionality of typewriters, some little known facts you might not know about these machines unless you were actually using them. So I've got a bunch of different brands here, and I want to talk about the individual elements of these typewriters that I love so much. So let's start on this side of the table. Bless you, puppy. Let's start on this side of the table with my Olympia Sm9 Artemis. I think she's from 1971, 1972. I just looked it up. 1971. So this is my Olympia Sm9. I got her for about $10 on Facebook Marketplace. She is what I call my magical unicorn of Facebook Marketplace. And my favorite thing about this typewriter is how the top hinges on to the body of the machine. A lot of times you'll have typewriters that you have to take the top off of the machine in order to gain access to the ribbon covers, touch control, the type slugs if you want to clean them. Sometimes you just have to get in there to do some repairs. And it can be complicated to get that top cover off. Sometimes they're really easy and there's a push button, sometimes there's not. What's really awesome about this particular typewriter is that this top cover is hinged onto the body of the typewriter itself. So it never has to come off, it just hinges up, and the entire front cover hinges up. Let me show you. It's hard to do this from an angle, not very ladylike, but you can lift up the front of this and it'll hinge open the entire case of the typewriter. Now I can gain access to my ribbon, to the type slugs underneath. I can get access to the keys if I wanted to clean in around them. And I just love that this whole cover is what hinges up. The first time I saw this, I was amazed. Now the SM7 also has that top cover come off the whole way, but instead of hinging on, it releases entirely from the casing. I really love the addition of the hinges on this machine. Now on to my favorite thing ever, and that is the integration of the logo of the typewriter as the button that opens the top cover. I have two machines that do this in my collection, and it is my favorite thing. I get so excited about it. The first one in my collection, this is from 1961, was the Royal Futura 800. First time I ever saw this, I got so excited. All you have to do to open the top cover is hit the little royal badge here, and it opens up the top of the typewriter. It's spring-loaded. It is fascinating. I love it. I could sit here and do it all day. I mean, it's so exciting. I just think it's so sleek and innovative, and I really love the integration of it in that way. Often you'll have typewriters that have that badge across the front, and really it's only there to advertise the name of the brand of the typewriter. But making it something useful and adding to the function of the typewriter really makes it an innovative design, at least to me as a novice collector. Then I ended up with this 1958 Golden Touch Underwood Deluxe portable typewriter, and it has the exact same thing. All you have to do is hit this Underwood logo, and it releases the latch of the typewriter, so you can now open this up. It's not spring-loaded like the Royal one is. That was a really awkward noise. But it does release this cover, so now you can open it up. I really enjoy that about this typewriter. It just is so interesting to me how that very simple integration and difference in design makes such a world of difference to me as a collector. I love this piece because it is so different from the Royal Portables where you hit the button and then it opens the front cover. It just is different to me, and that's why I love it so much. And then finally, another thing that I've really enjoyed in typewriters is the ability to remove the platen without having to take out a ton of screws. I have this on, I believe, 2 machines, but I really first noticed it on the Smith Corona Pacemaker. I don't know what year it's from because I've never seen anything else like it, but you can actually remove the platen so easily. All you have to do is hit this switch. Now I'm not going to be able to do it in front of people. That's embarrassing. There's a lever right here on the front. I'm on the wrong side of the typewriter. But by pushing up on this lever, you now release the entire platen. It is so much easier to remove the platen this way. It also helps if you're trying to adjust paper, if you roll paper through and it seems to be crooked and sometimes you have to disengage that line retainer. This makes it easy, so all you have to do is press up on this lever and it releases the entire platen. Maybe you get something stuck in there. I had a Royal 10 that had a penny stuck inside where the platen roller was. If I had had this lever here, this line retainer lever that I could push and lift up that platen, it would have been so much easier to get that penny out of there. Instead, I had to push a lot of objects into the typewriter to try to push the penny out, and I may have gotten other things lodged in there. So these are just a few of my favorite design elements of typewriters. I think they really increase the level of functionality in these typewriters. I think they make them more exciting, and I just really, really love the little intricate designs that go into typewriters. If you're interested in more information on typewriters and the typewriters in my collection, check out some of the other videos on this YouTube channel. We also have an Instagram at just.my.typewriter where you can DM me about your favorite typewriter design functions on your machines and tell me some new machines to look out for. I'm always looking to integrate cool design elements into my collection. I want to thank you so much for watching and remind you, you're just my typewriter. If anyone out there owns a coffee company and you're looking for a spokesperson for your legally addictive bean juice, I will happily do it. I am free and available, and I will drink whatever coffee you want to send me. I just really, really, really need caffeine.